Here we're standing in the political history storage area. Holds over 100,000 objects, and today we'll show you some of our inaugural material that we've collected over the years. There's been a long tradition of inaugural campaign novelties, and the very first ones begin, like everything about the American presidency, with George Washington. Here are some small buttons made out of metal. These say GW. Other of these had an eagle stamped in them.
This is one of the most rare political banners from the early republic, and it dates to 1801, and it's a crayon portrait of Thomas Jefferson. And what's interesting about this is that it celebrates his inauguration. It says Thomas Jefferson, President of the United States of America, but it also has a message, John Adams is no more. So it's one of the first items of its kind to commemorate an inauguration, but at the same time to run down a political opponent. This is sort of like the foundation of kind of the handmade political item of activism and engagement. That it's the kind of thing that you'll see out on the mall during the inauguration.
It wouldn't be an inauguration without an inaugural ball. Inaugurations are this combination of these great public celebrations of democracy, and then there's these private functions that people are invited to. Basically, is a time for the new group of politicians and their supporters to come to Washington to announce their arrival in town and begin that transition.
I have to show you my favorite.
Okay.
This is from Benjamin Harrison's ball in 1889, and it's a nice little set of material. This is a dance card. Often these include menus. And this is the program.
These are just souvenirs. These are the things that everybody who attends and the public can buy from vendors, acquire, hang up on their wall. It's an old tradition. Here's just a sampling of some. A little keepsake of their presence. You know, they were there, and here's my way of proving it. These are the descendants of the Jefferson banner that we showed you earlier.
It's a kind of a ribbon, but it's attached to a toy ladder. And this was made in 1901 to celebrate the second inauguration of William McKinley and Theodore Roosevelt as his vice president. And it's clearly marked March 4th, 1901. But it's really kind of quite charming. It has a toy-like quality to it that recommends itself as the metaphor of the ladder of fame. This is a model of the reviewing stand for Jimmy Carter's inauguration. This would be Pennsylvania Avenue, and here's the president and his family.
Drawer of ribbons. Some of them are inaugural, some are campaign. 1789, the new President's March. And then there's always the new thing. And you don't know what that is until you see it. And we're out there looking for that as well.
I spent the morning at the Hargrove Company, which is a local Maryland-based display company, and they make all of the most of the inaugural floats that you've seen in recent years, and this is what they're made from.
You know, we have this collection that spans the entire political history of the nation, and we're looking for comparisons, things that are new, things that are different. You know, it's not that far of a leap from this kind of inaugural button to the little brass one that I showed you of George Washington.
I mean, it doesn't really have any inherent value, but when you put it all together at the end of the year, it really does add up to something. It's a material record of what happened politically.